You cannot go and say, hey boss, how much increment I am going to get? Can you tell me? Nobody will tell you like that. He will say, today we have this, we are actually already in mess and this service and this is all working really well. So I cannot commit anything, right? So that kind of generic answer you will get. So how to get to the point? What value you can bring in? So what are the things that you can actually going to help your boss in? So all those things you will learn in this project number 3. Then comes the communication, the project number 4, that is CC4. What is the name of that CC4?
How to say it.
How to say it. Karthik remembers it exactly. So how to say it. Now once you have the overall idea of organizing your speech, in the 4 speech, in every speech you have to actually remember all the objectives that you have learned till that speech. So if you are giving CC4, so you have to also incorporate the objectives that you have already met in previous speeches. So CC4 will tell you how to say it. Then comes the CC5. CC5 is all about body speaks. CC5 is all about body speaks. So basically, it's not that you just stand and your body will start speaking. So how you are going to use your body to make more impact on the speech. So basically, how you are using your hands gesture, how you are using your expressions, are you looking into the eyes or not? So those are the small tricky things that you have to try to incorporate when you are trying to meet the objective of how your body speaks. So that is your CC5. Then comes CC6. CC6 is all about vocal variety. So now the vocal variety, so I don't know if you have heard Dilip Kumar, isn't it? Have you heard Dilip Kumar? Yes. So he will start with Bhai Saab, and then he will completely lower down his voice, right? And people really like the way he used to speak. The way he used to deliver the dialogues, Amitabh Bachchan, isn't it? So he had that voice modulation in his voice. So that also makes a great impact if you are having that voice modulation. Today our demo speaker did show that, right? So when she was talking about her cousin, so she changed the voice modulation, the way he was going on the high pitch and those things. So that was an example of voice modulation. So you can come here, stand and just be stayed and go on speaking on the one voice. What will happen after 2-3 minutes? People will start browsing their mobile and see here and there, isn't it? Because they won't find that interesting. So even though you might be having a great content, but if your voice is not supporting that content, it's hard to follow. Modi is an example, isn't it? He will keep interacting with the people. He will keep pitching his voice lower and down, and almost all the crowd remains stick to the content. Yeah. So next is CC7. What is CC7? Research your topic. So in CC7, you'll have to research on the. So you can. The objective is to research anything that you want, and on that you'll have to speak. So it could be, for example, I had researched on something called bitter sugar. So my dad had a problem of sugar, and he was in a very serious. He had a serious kind of attack of diabetes. So I actually chose this topic of bitter sugar. I researched around it, and I found that the sugar actually is a poison. That white sugar is actually a poison. You should never eat it. But in our Indian culture, it's very common to eat all these sweets which are made out of sugar. So I delivered that speech particularly on bitter sugar. So that is how you have to research, and then you have to come here and deliver. That is your CC7. Are you all with me? Or is going too fast? Okay. Now the next one is CC8. What is CC? What is CC? Competent communication, exactly. So CC8 is using visual aids. Prasman recently gave CC8, so he remembers it so correctly. So CC8 is using visual aids. So I showed you these things. So it's a kind of prop, or you can say visual aid. This is a good example of visual aid where you can actually show a presentation or something. But there are various types of visual aids. You can also use prop as I use this thing. I had used a soya when I was talking about vegetarian. So I used that box of soya. So there are various ways. Sangeeta had showed the prop using a coin. So there are various ways. So again, now on CC8 you are learning how to use some object to again make more impact. So I don't know how you will do this with your boss. But that's an example how you can actually make more impact when you're trying to tell him something. Maybe you can show a presentation, isn't it? If nothing else, if not, so a box or a coin, you can show a presentation to your boss. Now coming to CC9. Now till CC9, you almost have each and ingredient of the good speech that can make impact on the audience. So CC9 is all about, yes, anybody? Persuade with power. So since you have all those elements of speech that makes an effective speech, you can actually now you have come to the stage where you can persuade your speakers to do anything. I don't know how many of you have seen Mohammad Qatani's video. So Mohammad Qatani was the world champion in Toastmasters last year, and he started with a cigarette. He started smoking cigarette, and everybody, it's not allowed, right? In public places, smoking cigarette is not allowed, but he still, he put that cigarette in his lips, and he started hitting the lighter, and everybody was like scared what this guy is going to do. And he suddenly changed he said what is the power of word. He started saying that he was trying to persuade the audience, saying that cigarette never kills people. It's just a myth that has been created by people. So I have been telling this to so many people that it all depends on your DNA. It all depends on your your internal mechanism. So some people might get harmed, some people don't get harmed. And I have informed this to so many of my friends, and many people have started using cigarettes. See, this is the power of words. So that is how this changed. So I just made it up. I just made it up the whole story, and people got persuaded. And so a couple of people also started taking cigarettes. So that is a persuasion. How do you persuade your audience to do something? So not about drinking alcohol and taking cigarettes, but doing positive things in their life. So that is persuade with power. And the last one, that is the most critical one, the 10th speech, which we are really scared to take the 10th speech, because everything is going to be incorporated in that speech, is inspire your audience. So you have persuaded, now you have to inspire to actually start taking audience some action. So for example, politicians do to get votes, isn't it? They might not do later on anything, but the moment they start persuading you, the way they inspire you, will go and give him vote, and chances are he might not do anything, right? So this is all about these 10. How does these 10 speeches help you? So let's see. So of course, once you have completed, so somebody was asking me from the guest, can I get certificates for every project that I am taking, CC1, CC2, CC3? So that, it doesn't work that way. You have to complete your 10 projects, and then you can get certificate called competent communicator. By the way, that certificate is also sent, the mail is also sent to your boss. So if it is your appraisal time, that is going to add to your credit. That he will say, oh my God, he has become competent communicator also. Even I had done so. My boss told me, how come you have so much of time? You always say, you so much of time. So you send negative, but most of the time it will go positive. So that is one thing that you will do once you have completed 10. But certificates you keep getting in Toastmasters. The moment you come here, you get that. Today only a Sangeeta was a speaker, but normally 4 or 5 speakers will be there, and there will be a kind of competition between them. You can actually try and win there itself, wherein you can again get certificates, photographs, and PR will campaign you in a very well manner on Facebook and all those things. So you can show those things also to your relatives and of course boss and everyone, right? Now, so this is the overall communication track. So we started with icebreaker. Organize your speech you learn, then you get to the point, how to say it, your body speaks, vocal variety, research your topic, get comfortable with visual aids, persuade with power, inspire your audience. So this is how your communication track is going to progress, and this is how once you have learned these 10 tricks, 10 important elements of any speech, then actually something we call, so even when I had started this Toastmasters, I was trying to complete my CC and CL so that I could get certified, and it took me 2 years to complete my CC and CL, but there are people who will just take 6 or 7 months. Praswan, how much? He has taken probably 6 or 7 months only he's about to complete his CC. So that is also there, but ideally it takes around 1.5 years to complete your one manual. So once I had completed, I thought, oh my God, I have completed, I have achieved everything in Toastmasters. But then later on, I came to know there are many more advanced communication tracks that I have to take. But at least this will give you the formula how to work on those advanced kind of manuals, advanced kind of educational series that you want to give. So you will get that impromptu skill how to do those stuffs. Any questions on this? So we have completed this, the whole thing about communication track. Is there any questions by anybody? Any particular topic? Yeah, please.
How do you fail in one of those?
That's a difficult to fail. Sorry?
It's difficult to fail.
It's difficult to fail. But it's not, so what happens is, normally you have someone called mentor in, whenever you will be joining the club, you will have a mentor, and mentor is going to make you work really hard. Is going to tell you the objective before, and it's not that you will be completely on yourself and you will just prepare something and you will come here. There will be completely a dedicated mentor assigned to you with whom you will be going to work, and he will review your content. He will review whether you are meeting the objectives or not. So chances are, as Gaurav rightly said, it's really difficult that you will fail. There are instances, even I had failed in my project 5. Where I could not use my voice modulation that well. I was asked to repeat it, so I felt bad. I didn't came for 2-3 months. That happens, isn't it? But then I repeated. So it's not that you. So what happens? Toastmaster is a kind of self-paced training. It doesn't enforce anything. So if you want to just go for certification, it's up to you. You don't want to use, even if somebody, as an evaluator, if I recommend you to repeat, it's not binding. You can still think, no, I don't want to repeat. I'll try to cover that whole objective in my next speech, even the previous objective. So that is the beauty of it. So it is completely, Toastmaster is completely for you. It's not about XComs, it's not about senior Toastmasters, it's you. But we will be actually supporting you out. Your mentors will be supporting you out to get structured, to actually get something out of it, instead of just focusing on certifications and those things. Does that answer your question? Right. Any other question?
Suppose if I give an organized your speech, so next week I can do the same speech or
No. So first time, if you're taking the CC2 of organizing your speech, if in your question is, can I use the same speech in next objective also? No. So that would ideally not meet your objective, because that is just about organization. It won't talk about vocal variety and those things. So we never. It's not recommended at all.
I mean to say, I have not given the speech to that level. I mean the organized one.
Yeah, you can repeat your level.
That way you can repeat it. Sorry, I misunderstood it. So you can repeat it anytime. So for example, normally evaluator will automatically tell you that you should think of repeating it. If he doesn't tell you on the public, so you can go and ask him, if you can ask him privately, so he will tell you all the truth. That no, actually this was wrong. Here he may say, mind blowing this and that. The moment you're talking with him privately, he will tell you everything. So you should actually try that. So Karthik was trying to stress this stuff, that you should also have that relationship. So before even coming to the stage, you can actually discuss with the evaluator. This is how I'm really ready to get criticized. You tell him. So that way he will criticize you really hard. Does that answer your question? Right. So is somebody timing it up? 5 moments. 5 moments. So you can just show me the card. I don't want to just drag and drag. If you can just time now from for next 5 minutes, I'll wrap it up in next 5 minutes. Yeah? You can just time that way. So now let's go to the next part. Any other questions?
I have a doubt.
Yes.
So this whole Toastmaster is about communication. See, we have content, okay, content we have, and we get it checked with our mentors. It's all about presentation, right?
Exactly.
So that's what we want to improve. So does the mentor also give a demo?
That's a really good point. Sometimes some mentors, yeah, understood. So sometimes mentors don't do that. But if you tell them, what happens is, because everybody is busy in their life, you have to actually get to a place where you will, before even coming onto the stage, you will have to meet and then see whether I'm delivering it properly or not. But in the communication days, there are various methods. You can actually record your video. You can share that video with your mentor, or if it's possible, you can meet. That is the best way to do. So you can meet at a coffee shop or be anywhere. You want to meet and try to deliver in front of him or her, and that way he might be able to help you in a much better
Is
way.
this the way or
Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
yes,
the way
yes, yeah.
all mentors do it. You
Exactly.
usually try to get your mentee to give you the presentation before you go on stage, so that you can give them the changes and you can make them go there.
The best part is here you will see mentors are more eager to help you out than mentees. So mentee sometimes says, no, he will be after me, so I am not going to start reading my speech. So the moment you will say, okay, I am working on your speech, then your mentor will be after you. When you are going to work, when you are going to send me a content, when you are going to send me a video. So that is the beauty of Toastmasters. So all mentors are trained that you should actually, you are here to help them out. Yeah? So that answers your question. Okay. So again, so what happens is I'll take a complete. I'll try to quickly wrap on mentoring. So what happens here? What we do in our club, we give you around 2 to 3 weeks to observe all the people who are coming here onto the stage, right? So you can actually decide who actually gels with your goals. So your default mentor is VP Education, that is me. So initially for a couple of initial. Maybe till CC1, he will help you out with all the members kit and everything. But once you are at CC1, you can figure out who can be your best mentor, because everybody has their own goals. Everybody has their they gel with different kind of people, right? So you can actually, you'll have to come here for 2-3 weeks, observe and just finalize, and you can come to VP Education saying, can he be my mentor? So for example, Harish gets many requests for mentor because he is a really good speaker, but he is already overloaded. So he says, please leave me. But then there are so many other speakers also, right, who are good. So you'll have to come with an option to me. If you don't have an option, then after 2-3 weeks, you will, by default, I will assign me, Sangeeta will decide, and will assign you a mentor. Yeah? That is how it works. Now these are the advanced communication. I won't talk much about it, but once you have completed your CC, so this is the next level of journey that starts beyond the CC. So there are 5 speech projects per manual. So there are 15 advanced manuals that you have to take. So I'll give you one example. For example, this is one advanced manual called storytelling. Since you have learned those 10 elements of speech, now you are ready for storytelling. Storytelling is just one out of those 15 manuals. So you can pick again, that option is up to you. You can discuss on the basis of, for example, if somebody want to become a TV artist. So there is something called TV personality manual. So wherein you will learn how to speak better when cameras are there on you. So there are various, so almost I think all the aspects of advanced communication has been covered by those 15 manuals. So you can select any one manual. In advance you have to select 2 manuals. Each manual will have 5 projects, again 10 projects to complete to get the next certification, which is advanced certification. So these are the manuals. The entertaining speaker, speaking platform, public relations, facilitating discussion, specialty speeches, speeches by management, professional speaker, technical presentation, storytelling, all this interesting speaking. This I was communicating on video. This I was telling you. So basically on video how you are going to communicate. So all these manuals are covered. Once you have completed your CC, you can select any 2 out of it. So for example, I am pursuing this ACB. So what will I do after ACB? So first thing is, to do ACB, you have to achieve your CC award and then complete 2 advanced communication series manual. This is one series. So this educational session is also comes into this advanced manual series. So today, I will also get credit of speaking here. I complete my ACB. Then comes ACS. So the way Olympic medals are made, isn't it? So made. So it starts from bronze and then it goes to silver and finally you get. India doesn't get many, but that is how it happens, isn't it, in Olympics also? So achieve your ACB award and then again do 2 more manuals. Then you get ACS. So we don't have any ACS right now in our session, but there is someone, Richard, who is not present here. So that is the advanced level where you will actually see those speakers become much better than normal speakers by gaining that experience. They have to speak around 40-50 speeches to get to the ACS level. Our Harish is about to get to that level. He is about to complete the ACB, and then he will get to the ACS level. And then again 2 presentations from better speaker series or successful club series. Once you have achieved ACS, then comes ACG. I know most of you must be thinking, I'm not even at CC, I have not even started, and we are talking about these things. But this is just a vision how Toastmasters help you out. So you will see Toastmasters, there are people, Arjun yours had come last month, and we had around, he was Toastmasters since 22 years. So there are people who will keep, once they are into Toastmasters, they will never, there is a saying that once a Toastmaster, always a Toastmaster. So once you have done CC, you will actually love to advance your speeches through these manuals and through these certifications. And then, so this was all about communication track. So it starts with CC, goes to ACB, then ACS, ACG, right? And then comes the leadership track. MC and timer are already showing me eyes, so I'll have to close soon. So I'll just try to go through this thing. The leadership track. So again, it has 10 projects. Most of us are focused on CCs, but we don't get time, or we are not that focused on CL. Even though you might have actually almost, most of us have almost completed this CL, because you keep on taking roles, but you don't get evaluated. So if you start getting evaluated yourself, then actually you will also complete this leadership track. These are the 10 projects that we have to complete in leadership track. Listening and leadership is the first track. First project. Critical thinking is the next project. Giving feedback, time management, planning and implementation, organizing and delegating, developing your facilitation skills, motivating people, mentoring and team building. If you present this to a company that you have learned all these 10 skills, I think you can get to the CEO level also, isn't it? Because these are the skills you want in a leader, in any leader. These are the 10 skills that you might be looking for. Alright, so again here also we have advanced ALB, then we have ALS. Again the same way it goes. The only difference is you won't have ALG. There is no leadership goal. It is just ALS. And the final epitome of Toastmaster is DTM, which is Distinguished Toastmaster. So we have our mentors in Ashwin and Chandramouli, who are DTMs. So we keep getting guidelines and education sessions from them. So you have to complete your ACG and ALS. So you will be certified well, you will start getting paid more, you will start getting calls from various agencies to come to a place and please speak something about something. So that is how it happens. Agile coach are a very good example. These agile coach are in demand, and they try to be a DTM as soon as possible. So communication helps you out in all the ways. So this is your complete goal plan. So it starts with the new members. So most of us, the guests who are today are at, I'm expecting them to get to this level is new member. Then you will start with your competent leader. In parallel, you will start with communicator. Then this is how it will go to your DTM. I'm sure after 3-4 years you all will be DTM. I expect so. Alright. So this is all about this. I won't cover this because today we are short of time. It's already 5:30. So sometime later I'll cover on the mentoring. So that is all about this. I'll just show you quick pictures. So see, what is mentoring? I'm looking for a mentor who can show me how to get rich without boring me with a lot of advices. So I was giving lots of advices, but actually most of the mentees, they are looking for this mentor who should not give advice, but still I will improve. So that doesn't happen, right? So mentor will keep advising you, and you will have to listen to him. So mentor will never tell you like this, let's try it once without the parachute. He will always give you that parachute. The moment you will fall down, he will let you know how to actually come out of it. So this is how your mentor is going to help you. We will not go into much textual. I'll just show you some pictures. So this is actually what mentor does. He will direct, he will advise, he will lead, he will coach, he will train, inspire, support, and finally the finish line is what in Toastmasters? DTM. So he will take you to the DTM. Right. So let's move on to this. Just mentor qualities are there, and this is already there on the Toastmasters site. It's not that I have created. It's already there. Anybody can go and just discuss with your mentor so that you learn whether he knows mentoring or not. So you go through it and ask questions from your mentors. So this is the final slide I wanted to show you. Communication is about being effective, not always about being proper. So I was giving an example of this guy, Mohammed Katani, who was actually talking about benefits of cigarettes. The example of power of words, how can power of words can influence people to get to the wrong paths also. And he had actually done it for a couple of his friends. So it's not about being proper. So nobody is proper and improper. The only difference you will see with a good communicator is he can communicate well. When he comes for table topics, for example, somebody like Aswin or even Harish comes, he will speak something. He might be wrong in his thoughts, he is not getting any thoughts to say, but the way he will say, you will be feeling convinced, right? So the overall idea of communication is about effective, not always about being proper. Thank you for your attention. Finally, so.